So as you can see, we will start off by going over the basics of Dashalytics. So your navigation is all on the left. That gets you through all the different pages of the dashboard. And then in the top left, we have this group. Let me actually unfull screen. So you have this group selector at the top. You can have as many groups as you like. This could be different physical locations or different types of scanners or different locations within the same warehouse. So this could be shipping and receiving and manufacturing, or it could be different complete locations. So however you want to break up devices inside of Dashalytics, you can do that with the groups. So now you can see the system overview. This is for this group specifically, and this shows all the devices that are in that group. So we have the device list that gives you the device name, the username that's logged into that device, what group it's a part of, last contact date, and whether that device is currently online or not. And this list can be fully customizable. So you can go through and select more columns that you want in this list so you can have the information you need readily available from the system overview. On the right side, we have a view of licensing. So this shows how many licenses are available on your LAD server. So that way you know if you're getting low or if you may run out of licenses throughout the day. Below this is your scans per hour. So this just shows you how many scans have been completed, and I can scan barcodes, and we can watch this graph increase. Because this is real time, everything I do on this device shows up on the dashboard in real time. And the scans is an example of that. Below this, we have your battery and Wi-Fi levels. So this will show which devices have low batteries and need to be charged, or which devices are constantly losing their Wi-Fi connection. Let me go reselect. Okay, so at the very bottom, we have the current event list. This shows all of the events that happened in this group within the last 24 hours. So as you can see, there's a lot of barcode scans. These are the barcode scans we just did, as well as your TE connection established, the keyboard was changed, scan tracking was enabled. Anything that happens on the device, it will tell you what happened, what device it was via the IP address and device name, and then the timestamp. So you can get a good idea of what's going on with those devices in this specific group. From here, we'll go straight into the device profiles. So from this device list, we can go into the device profile, and this will show us more information about that device. So on the left side, we have the more static information, such as your Android ID, the group it's assigned to, the Android version, make, and model. No, we don't need to. It's fine. In the top, we have your scans per hour for this device, total number of scans, Wi-Fi drops and device drops. This device drops is the physical drops of the device. So if I were to drop this device on the floor, if it was higher than the threshold I had specified in Dashalytics, it would register as that as a device drop and assign that essentially to the user that was signed into that device. So that way you know what was happening when the device started malfunctioning. On the right, we have the last known location. So this is the GPS coordinates with a timestamp. So you know when and where that device was the last time somebody had it. In the middle, we have your device keyboard events and the device chat. So you can message directly with that device. You can send regular messages that show up as green, and that displays as a standard Android notification on the device. Well, it went away. So that's why we came up with the high priority messages. So if I check this or select this toggle, it will send the message as a red message, which is a high priority message. This creates a large block on the screen, so that way the user can't continue working until they acknowledge or respond to that message. And the user can actually respond back directly from this and it will show up on the dashboard. So that way the user and administrators can communicate while the administrator is viewing where the device is, what's going on with the logs of that device, as well as what the user's typing in, or what how many scans, or if the device is dropped. So this provides everything your administrator would need to help troubleshoot that device while communicating with the user. If the device is lost, you can ping the device. This will make a loud audible sound on the device. Even if the volume's all the way disabled, it will override that. So that way, if it's behind a shelf somewhere, you can locate that device audibly once you get in general proximity using either our outdoor or indoor positioning. Speaking of indoor positioning, if you want more detailed information about where a device is, you can set up our indoor tracking with Wi-Fi RTT or Bluetooth Low Energy. So this is the indoor tracking. You can get to it on the left side under positioning. And this is just a map of our department as well as the access points. So each one of these icons is an access point as well as a Bluetooth Low Energy beacon. So we can switch between tracking devices with either or both technologies. This is an actual device, this device that we're tracking. And with the indoor positioning, we can get within 2-meter accuracy. So you can find out exactly where that device is and how it moves throughout your facility. So if you needed to optimize floor plans or where product is stored, you can use the actual paths that users take and use that to help enhance your layout or floor plan. With this indoor tracking information, we're able to also capture the network information and generate a Wi-Fi heat map based on the actual client. So most Wi-Fi network heat maps rely on the access points and their reported signal strengths, but this map produces a map in real time based off of the actual client. So the client reads the Wi-Fi signal strength from each access point in every location that it's at. And we can go in and actually disable readings from specific access points. So that way you can see this one access point in the middle has great coverage on the right side of the floor plan, but not so great on the left side. And this can help identify if you have excessive overlap or if you have dead zones in your actual floor plan with your Wi-Fi coverage. And this is also stored per device. So these are all different devices that we can toggle on and off. So when I disable the main one, you can see what the others look like. But this allows you to see it not only as far as the entire network map, but per device, because every device will be slightly different as far as how it picks up Wi-Fi signals. After this indoor tracking, we can go straight into the productivity dashboard. So on the left, right under the system overview, we have the productivity dashboard. And this focuses completely on scan data. So again, in the top left, we have different groups that we can select. And then we have our scans per hour, total number of scans, Wi-Fi drops, and alerts. On the right, we have scan goals. So you can see this device has a scan goal for 16,000 scans, and it's completed just over 1,000. This red line represents the actual goal that was set for this group, and that's set specifically for each group. So each group can have its own scan goal. And based off of this goal, we can send automated messages to the user or the administrator, notifying the user that they're halfway to their scan goal for that selected day, or they are close to their scan goal, any percentage of the way to their scan goal, or once they've passed their scan goal, you can send them an automated message. On the left side, we have all of the barcodes that have been scanned, as well as how many times they have been scanned. So that way you can get a good idea of what's actually being scanned and how much of it. In the middle is the real-time view of the GPS coordinates of the devices in that group, as well as yearly scans. So this is just a broad graph of how many scans are done from day to day. and it actually is day to day. We can go in and filter it down. Let's start with June, and we will go to July 1st. So you can see what days and how many barcodes were scanned on any given day. It just helps identify the trends over the year, if it's a slow season, a busy season. That can all be seen from this specific graph, again, based off of that group. And then in the bottom, we have the active alerts. So these are the alerts that haven't been addressed. You can see those here, as well as in the top right of the dashboard. And this takes us actually directly to the alerts dashboard, which is next underneath the productivity dashboard on the left. The alerts dashboard is really just a visual representation of what's happening under the hood with Dashalytics. So the alert system is completely automated and completely customizable. So you can have any event in GSW ConnectBot or LEDs, create an automated alert, which can do three things. First is a notification in the top right of the dashboard, so any logged in administrators can see it. Second is an email sent to the administrator, so if it's something they need to see, whether they're logged in or not, they'll get notified via email. And last but not least is a message sent directly to the device. So that way, if it's something a user can solve on their own, you can have custom messages set up for that alert to get the user to solve the problem on their own, which will get them back on track faster, since creating a ticket or contacting an administrator takes a lot more time than if the user can just follow the directions automatically sent to them and solve the problem. These cards at the top can be changed to be any alert that you have configured, and it just shows you how many of those occurred in that time frame. On the left, we have the most problematic devices. So these are just the ones that have more alerts than all of the other devices. On the right side, we have alerts by category. So this just shows how many alerts based off of the actual type of alert. And then a complete list of all the alerts, whether they've been addressed or not already. And last, I'll go into the actual Wi-Fi drop log. So if you're having trouble with the Wi-Fi connections, we have a Wi-Fi drop log dashboard that will allow you to configure any different time frame you want. You can go back as far as you like to capture all the data. This is just a week long, but I can go back and select several months worth of data, and you'll get a list of all the Wi-Fi drops that have occurred in this group within that time frame. And it gives you lots of information about that drop, such as the MAC address of the access point the device was connected to. And when I clicked on this, it highlighted where that was in the GPS map. So if you're not using the indoor positioning, you can click on these and get the GPS coordinates and the potential radius of where that drop occurred. And then we have Wi-Fi drops per device, as well as per access point, just to help pinpoint even further if it's a problematic device or access point. And then on the right side is the Wi-Fi heat map based off of the GPS coordinates. So again, if you're not using the indoor positioning, you at least can get a heat map of your Wi-Fi connection. Again, this isn't great for indoor use, but it works very, very well for outdoor use where GPS is a lot more accurate. I had said last thing, but the actual last thing is the keyboard creator. The keyboard creator that's built into Dashalytics will allow you to create and deploy keyboards all from this web interface. So on the left side, we have two different ways to create keyboards. The Express Keyboard Creator will take you through step by step. It's 5 steps to create and deploy the keyboard. And then the Advanced Keyboard Creator lets you customize every single parameter of the keyboard, the pixel width between the keys, and any specifics like that you would do with the Advanced Keyboard Creator. And then on the right side, we have the recent projects. These are all the keyboards you've created in Dashalytics, so you can get a quick glimpse of when it was created, modified, the orientation that keyboard was designed for, and how many keys were on it.